Alright, well, what is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and good afternoon to you all. Today, it's the end of the month. It's the end of March, and I haven't posted a Harpie deck profile, so I kind of should do that, because, at least one monthly Harpie deck profile for me, at least. As y'all can also see, I am using my Talons of the Tempest mat as well to celebrate the Harpy archetype, and of course to do for this amazing video. There's also one more other deck profile I'm gonna do, but I might as well just do it whenever I get the chance. But we're gonna focus today on Harpy and go from there. So without further ado, we're gonna go into the deck profile. So starting off with the monster line, I'm running 3 copies of Harpie Perfume. Oh, you guys can actually still see the rest of the cards. Let me move things out of the way so you guys can hear. I might have to actually come in a bit just so you guys can see that as well. There we go. So 3 copies of Harpie Perfumer, 2 copies of Harpie Channeler, 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1, then 2 copies of Harpie Dragon, Curse on Fire, 2 copies of Harpie Oracle, 2 copies of Harpie Harpist, 1 copy of Harpie Lady Sisters, and then 3 copies of Flamor, the Bird of Protection, and 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So that is the monster lineup. Now we're going to move on from the monsters, and we're going to go into the spell. So for the spells, we're gonna move this back just a bit. Alright, for the spells, triple hysteric sign, triple elegant egotist, double Harpie's hunting ground, 1 Harpie to the duster, 1 Harpie Striped, 1 alluring mirror split, 1 Eboris, the sacred lance of Samort, and 2 copies of Swallow's Nest. So that rounds out the spells, and now we're going to move on into the traps. Alright, so for the trap cards, we have triple copies of Harpie Feather's Storm, 1 copy of Hysteric Party. Alright, and then that's it for the main deck. That is a total of 40. And then for the extra deck, 2 copies of Cyber Slash Harpie Lady, 1 copy of Harpie Conductor, 1 copy of Appaloosa, the Bow of the Goddess, 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Frigite, the Burden Blossom, 1 copy of Sharad, the Ominous Omen, 1 copy of IP Masquerena, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, 1 copy of Harpie's Phantasmal Dragon, 1 copy of Lightning Chidori, 1 copy of Ice Zero Fine, 1 copy of Ray Raptor Arsenal Falcon, 1 copy of number 76 Harmonizing Rendelia, 1 copy of number 11 Big Eye, and 1 copy of Divine Arsenal Double A's Sky Thunder. So yeah, that is basically it for my version of Harpie. So why don't we go ahead and of course we do the longest part of this, the explanations. So triple copies of Harpie Perfumer. This monster is able to add 1 spell or trap that will specifically list the Harpie Lady Sisters in its text from your deck to your hand, and control of 5 or higher Harpie monster. You can add an additional 2 with the variety of monsters in the deck that help with this effect, allowing you to get 2 instead of 1. Harpie Perfumer and Harpie Channeler basically tie for this is the card you need in your hand as soon as possible so you can have things done. With Perfumer, basically you're just trying to speed into Cyber Slash Harpie Lady as soon as possible between Perfumer and between Channeler. The great thing about Harpie Perfumer is, of course, her the setup abilities that you can do with her. So you can set up in turns, Swallow's Nest into her, Sisters, Dragon, or Cyber Slash, or even Chandler with the Dragon already on the board, so that way you have your 7s together, you have your higher level Harpies, you can add the additional card. Very, just an amazing monster to use in a very long range of things to attack from. But your primary targets are elegant egotists for the most part. Next to that is what Harpie's Feather, Harpie's Hunting Ground, Alluring Mirror Split if you decide to need it for any type of defensive or offensive plays. Moving on from her, of course, is the other second must go to for the main deck. Harpie Channeler. This got a Harpie card, just summon a Harpie monster. While you control the dragon, she'll become 7, so that bumps to Perfumer's ability as well. Very much your summoner monk for the Harpie archetype, and everything that you additionally can dump that has Harpie in its name will basically feel Chandler's effect. Considering the fact that there's many targets that she can search for, the only exclusions are will Harpie Lady Sisters, because every other one in the main deck is able to be summoned off of her and onto the field. A quick, easy into rank, rank 7, rank 4, exceed, or even your own secret summon, you'll be really good. And even those link monsters that are linked too. So definitely must have of 3. The next one is the Harpie Lady of choice when it comes to Elegant Ink. So I'm choosing to go back to Harpie Lady 1. Some people are going to be playing the Unexpected Die to go into Harpie Lady. The thing is, I don't want another dead draw when it comes to Unexpected Die, and because of the fact that you're already pondering with enough things, I was considering maybe running one Unexpected Die, one or two Unexpected Die, maybe two Harpie Lady, and then probably the one Harpie Lady one. But I think at this point I'd rather just run the Harpie Lady because the attack boost does more beneficial things towards the late games than it is just to have the traditional normal monster. And it's like, okay, I have the normal monster, but here are these two deck cards that are sitting in the deck. Because at that point, I've already used up Elegant E, just go into the only thing I'm really going to use that effect to die for is to pop it. Unless I've already sent the sisters, the Harpie Lady one back to the deck. So yeah, the Harpie Lady. I'm sorry, not Harpie Lady ones. The Harpie Ladies back into the deck because there are more things I can do with Harpie Lady one than I can with Harpie Lady. But with Harpie Lady, I'm giving access to normal monster or cards that set up with normal monsters than I am with Harpie Lady. Because remember, she's still an effect monster because she still has the give 300 attack to another monster. Cyber Harpie was not considered a normal monster. I think most people probably bring Cyber Harpie Lady instead of Harpie Lady 1. But as we see, there are things that define that. Alright, so we're moving on from the 3 ups of the Harpies and then going into the 2 ups. So Harpie's Pet Dragon for some Fire Blast. And I'm only fairly running 2 of these because running 2 is enough. I'm not spamming the deck of rank 7s. I'm not spamming the anything really too big or spectacular. I have Grindelia. You can use Red Eyes. You can make Draco Sack. I know the OCG still has Tomahawk, so they can spam him for tokens and then build other things as well. The thing about this dragon over the original dragon is the fact that this one can social summon itself while the other one couldn't. The other one really just had only an effect to boost itself, while this one has so much more to offer. A free mill of a wind winged beast to the grave, the ability to social summon itself, the ability to protect your harpies that are level 6 or lower from being attacked. So you have a lot of versatile things that you can do with this dragon that the original just cannot do. And that's why a lot of people have X out the original to play the newer dragon, because there are more benefits to it. Especially because you can come up with a lot of things like Harpie Harpist, you can even play the Tri-Brigade stuff. I honestly think there's a couple of more winged beast monsters you can play around with Harpie's Head Dragon. Not enough off the top of my head, but I know some more has a couple of good plays. Its own archetype has a couple of plays, and if you splash it with Tri-Brigade, you can have some things there. Alright, moving on from Dragon is Oracle. And Oracle is another one of the special summoners for the deck. The Harpie archetype does not have its own cyber dragon monster. But hopefully in the future we do get that. With Oracle, she's the retriever for the South and Chasticles, specifically list Harpie Lady Sisters in this types from the graveyard and put them back into your hand. Yes, you do have to wait on the end phase, while Perfumer is more so on doing it during the turn. So I really just at a point of, damn, do I really have to go? You really have to do wait for the end phase to retrieve, but the special summon and the stack onto a name, a monster present on the board does work out towards the long run. It does help out with the deck because the deck struggles with a lot of the, mechanics of putting more monsters onto the board through other means. So at least we have means of our own monsters that are doing it. Because that's really the big benefit between these two monsters here is that they're able to be special summoned off of conditions that Harpies had the issues of in turn. So only being, like I said, if you just need a Cyber Dragon, and that'd be fine. The last of the two others, Harpie Harpist, simply just a mill to search, basically a witch or a Sangan for the archetype. Because you can go get Perfumer, you can go get Channeler, if to get them fast to your hand as fast as possible. She's really good fodder for a lot of your cards like Hysteric Party, Harpie Channelers in fact, and just good fodder for Harpie's Pet Dragon for some fire. So yeah. Alright, and I'm not running the other Harpies because there's just too many other things that already spam those. Their decks that builds I'd have to be doing particular things for. So that's why there's no clean, no dancer. Harpie Lady Sisters. Well, we still needed to stack on at least one additional high level Harpy monster until the retrain of this monster ever comes. We're basically just sitting on Sisters. Sisters is not a bad monster, it's just that, yeah, we do need a retrain of her because literally just having the effect of not being normal summoned or sat, it has to first be summoned by Ego is literally the biggest hindrance to Sisters. Because there's a way to pull Sisters out the deck without having to do such, of having other means outside of Egotus, then it would be great. They would be great. But unfortunately, no. The big benefits you do get from it, of course, the abilities of Oracle and Perfumer to have the higher level Harpies on the field to either special summon or be able to search for additional cards. Harpie's Feather Rest is recovery effect for with its Pada Avarice ability, and I pretty much about it. That is legitimately the only other reason why I run it. And oh, it also gets over the name issue with Appaloosa, but I'll get to Appaloosa when I can. So then the next bird, replacing but not through effect, Sword, the bird of protection. So this monster basically is a free summon from your hand. If you normal summon a wind monster, a normal boss summon a wind monster, you can special summon this guy to your field. I'm sorry, Winged Beast monster. You can still summon this guy to your field. And then he can pick another Sumorg monster to add a Sumorg spell or trap to your hand. Primarily, this is going to combo well with Iboraz, the Sacred Lands of Sumorg. And the reason why this is someone pointed this out to me, because I hadn't had a chance to actually try it out myself. And something that I guess because we still had Barrier Statue, there was really no speed up into it that you really needed. But now we kind of do need it. So you basically just use Eboras to give yourself an additional normal summon of a Winged Beast monster. And that's actually really good in this case because of the fact that um, we don't have too many things that really help us with an additional normal summon, and you take what you can get. So if you can take the additional summon off of Eboras to drop some of your other extra monsters from your hand, is basically what helps you create more monsters on the field to do link summons, exceed summons, and all those fancy things that you like to do. So at least there's some big bright side to running this monster. To running a Sumorg monster that's not going to clog up your hand and do you exponential damage. Alright, and then from there, the last monster, of course, is Ash Blossom and Joy Experience, because we love hand traps. That's pretty much it. Alright, now moving on from there, let's go on into the spells. So, with the spell cards, triple Hysteric Sign and triple Elegant Egotist. Of course, these are must-haves for your deck. Some people are running 2 Ego, but I am running definitely the 3 Ego, because I just want to spam out Harpy monsters as fast as possible. Sadly, you're locked between Harpy Lady and Harpy Lady Sisters, and the variations of Harpy Lady herself. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a preference of which Harpy Lady you want to choose, and if you're going to be daring enough to run Sisters. With Hysteric Sign, it is, of course, your retriever for Elegant Egotist, and an easy target to destroy off of cards like Harpy Conductor, Harpy's Hunting Ground. Hold on one second. Okay, so yeah, back to it. Hysteric Sign is a free pop in a massive search for the art type. Although, yes, you cannot use both the adding ego and searching effect in the same turn for obvious reasons. So, one of the utility cards for the Harpy art type. A card that literally lets you get any Harpy card from your deck to your hand as long as they don't all share the same name. And with the versatility of things, you have a spell, you have a trap, and you have a monster option for any of those things you need in case, especially that trap option, because we'll talk about that trap when we get to it. So that is Ego, that is Hysteric Sign. Harpy's Hunting Ground and Harpy's Feather Duster here to help you remove back row because, well, that is a thing that you still deal with even in modern game. Hunting Ground, of course, because that Sisters is the name, or when Perfumer can retrieve it. The 200 additional attack points is fine, while Goris gives you 300. So it's just an opt of things that you know. And of course, the ever faithful Feather Duster coming back into the game. Let me move my mouse. WD massive destruction of cells and top cards as well. Yeah, it's nice to have back Duster. Alright, that was a very short and sweet remembrance there. The next 2 Harpy cards are, of course, options of things that you can search off of and retrieve with Oracle and Perfumer. The Alluring Mirror Split and the Harpy Feather Ash. Yes, these are not my other traditional cards that I'll be using. Because, of course, I do have the Lost Art variations of them, but for this and the glare of my eyes, I am deciding not to use them right now. Feathergrass is basically your pot of avarice, allowing you to add Harpie ladies or Harpie lady sisters back into your deck. Shuffle, draw a card. If you control a level 5 or higher monster, you're able to draw an additional card instead. So basically similar to Perfumer, if you have that additional level 5 or higher Harpie monster, you gain an additional card in reward. You are locked into win, but that's perfectly fine because the deck, the archetype, and plenty of things that you can take advantage of are win. It is a lot harder now because there is no Samorg, and I am really trying to find variations of things to play around with to get that going, because I was using Helvis Vulgar, but Helvis Vulgar's conditions lock you, because if you're going to try to use Tri-Brigade Fairjeet, you can't, because she's not wind, she's earth, and that does not help with Feathergrass in that terms, and because also he locks you, no, he needs wind. I'm sorry, yeah, because Fairjeet, she can still summon, but the monster has to be wind. But then when you exceed with her, unfortunately, you have to make sure that the monster you're exceeding for is wind, and Helvis Vulgar is not wind. Is wind, but his material needs to be wind, and she's not. So that tends to be the only downfall to it. But the Allure Manuscript is here to be material to be popped by cards like Harpie, Conductor, and Historic Sign. And then the last card, because I've already talked about Boras, is of course Swallow's Nest, and this is just a get out of jail free card for situations that you don't want to deal with, or when you have all these monsters on the board, you can easily just, Swallow's Nest into your Perfumer or your Oracle or your Channeler and stuff like that, so you can have more presence of other monsters that you'll need on the board, and you always dump out your Samorg to do such if needed, or even bring your Samorg out to the field, because Samorg's effect works while he's normal or if he's special summoned. Alright, for the two trap cards in the deck, and thankfully the big amount of spaces here, we do have Harpie Featherstorm and Hysteric Party. So Harpie Featherstorm has basically been one of the eye-catching things in the good card game right now. Thankfully, because of Floowandereeze. Floowandereeze basically has been taking abuse of Harpie Featherstorm because the majority of their monsters are wind-winged beasts. They love setting this card, flipping on their opponent, and forcing their opponent to not have any monster effects, so that there's nothing that they can do in response to theirs. And of course, the chain of normal summons. While with Harpies, there's more range. Remember, every monster in this deck is wind-winged. Majority of the monsters in the decks are wind-winged beasts. You can easily take this card off of Hysteric Sign, and its search effect, and of course you'll have at least someone on the field to activate this card from your hand. While Hysteric Party is basically your massive special summon, and with all the targets that it has, yeah, this is just wasn't a way I cannot use this card. I definitely had to put this back into the deck. So, alright, that is the main deck overall, and going into the extra. Yeah, this is a long video, so sit back, it's gonna be fun. Cyber / Harpie Lady, definite need in the deck. An easy synchro summon, and the ability to bounce back cards on the field. Probably one of the best gifts of 2020. Next to Feather Duster coming back, hopefully listen to TCG. Cyber / Harpie Lady is an amazing monster. It really is. Probably one of the quickest summons that you can do, because her ability makes any Harpie monster be able to be her tuner, and then off the fact that the bounce effect just clears out any problematic things that you want out of your way. Moving on from there, Conductor, Appaloosa, two just more wind monsters. Appaloosa isn't as hard as it seems to be, but you really have to combo into Appaloosa, and that tends to be the thing. If Appaloosa didn't have so many attachments attached to her, honestly, I think Appaloosa would probably still be relatively good. The only thing about Appaloosa is that, yeah, you have to use a lot of monsters in order for you to get the negates. Even if you stack on maybe 3 Harpie Lady ones onto the board, just, after her summon, that's only 900, and that's only, I think, maybe 1 additional negation. So, yeah, it's just things you have to think of. An Harpie Conductor, when offense is not your thing, defense can be hers. And being able to protect your Harpie monsters from being destroyed by card effects or by battle, by destroying your own spells and traps, can be beneficial, because you can destroy your own Hysteric Sign, you can destroy your own Mirror Split, And that's just one of the few options that the Harpies have of their own support cards to help defend your monsters from having to deal with things. So moving on from there, we have the Tri-Brigade mini engine for the extra deck. Shirag and Firjeet aren't bad. It's just that neither of them are wind, and that's actually just crazy. There's no wind Tri-Brigade monster in the extra deck. But you have a Dark Winged Beast, and you have a Earth Beast that gives you an additional special summon. Funny enough, I was gonna add the Silver Sheller, but I honestly don't think there is either a room or I don't want to do a wait to the end phase type of situation. Also, you can't summon if you do try to play him at points. You'd have to play him before you play Harpie's Feather Rest, because remember, he's also Earth, and that causes problems on its own. But I think these two tend to just be the more go-tos, because if you have the massive board of Winged Beast, you can make Shirag. If you have Fairjeet, she can help you get more monsters on the field and go into your Exceed plays. I mean, into your Link plays, or at least try to Link climb, because some of the Link 3s are actually not bad. Which, in case, I do have generic ones. IP Masquerena and Nightmare Unicorn. Well, IP Masquerena may not be a 3, but she is something that is an option to link into. And a Link summon on your opponent's turn can be detrimental, because you can summon someone like, I don't know, Appaloosa, and then have a big negate. Or you can go into Nightmare Unicorn and have a way to bounce things to disrupt combos there, which Nightmare Unicorn is very well known for, coming onto the field and bouncing things out of the way. If there's any other options of any rank monsters you would suggest, you can leave that in the comment section below, because I definitely would like some more options. And not particularly the options of, oh, if you run Harpie Lady Vanilla, you can do all this. No, I'm looking like for a straight, I don't have too many consequences of being summoned extra deck monsters that are linked 3. With that, of course, there are the other Exceed monsters. We have Harpie's big toolbox of rank 4s, Chidori, Icy Zero Fine, and Phantasmal. While all these are definitely good one-ofs, you also have access to each of them throughout the archetype itself. A Winged Beast, a Thunder monster that can be summoned off of land, and of course the Faithful Servant in the extra deck that protects Harpie monsters from being targeted for battle or card effect, and also attack directly. So, and then also these three monsters can easily be used for Divine Arsenals, who I'm actually getting into in this pool of Link monsters. I mean, Exceed monsters, not Link monsters. I got the Arsenal Falcon for additional summons of Winged Beast, and just another one of the many rank 7s the archetype can go into with Dragon. Big Eye to Steel Monster, Grandelia to be a massive wall, and then Arsenal to send the field away. The only thing that's not in here, and I'm sure people are going to ask, is where's Utopia? I kind of really honestly got bored of Utopia. And it's like, Utopia was just way too much of a push situation. But if you want to use Utopia, you definitely can if you want to push. So, going on from there, I'm going to wrap up the video, because that's basically it at this point. If you guys have anything you like to add in terms of like extra deck support and stuff, please leave that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps out tremendously. You hit the notification bell so you guys will be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. Social media links are in the description box below, and if you guys want to catch me live, you can on Twitch.tv/HarpiePlayerJoe, where I'm currently playing Sonic Advance 2 for the channel. So, hope you guys enjoyed the internet, and with that said, HPJ signing out. Take care.